Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I know everyone's doing well and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again because my next extraordinary guest is a certified transformational soul coach who empowers women over 40 to release painful emotions, reclaim their personal power, and cultivate a life filled with joy and a whole lot more. But without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Angela Lee. How are you doing today, Angela?
Thank you. Thank you. I am wonderful. Wonderful. So great to connect and align with you, Luke. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You're welcome and thank you. I just want to say before I go any further that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets. And for you to choose to spend a moment of your time here with me in the history of your timeline, I just want to extend my sincerest gratitude to you. Thank you very much for being here at this present moment on Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. I'm honored to be here.
Yes, absolutely. So, Angela, let's just get right into it. Give us a little uh framework around, backstory, front story around you becoming a certified transformational soul coach who empowers, women. Give us how a brief summary of how things unfolded for you to,
Wow.
embody that and what does that
Yeah.
entail?
Yeah. So wow. I just, I was led to that path. Wow, 6 years ago. Started my spiritual awakening. I was an accountant for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so I was, controller and director of accounting, master's degree, all that, living the corporate life.
Right.
And, but I was miserable. I
Mhm.
mean, miserable. And
Yes.
I was unhealthy, over 300 pounds,
Mm.
living,
Wow.
very, an unhealthy life and having health issues. I was married and unhappy. And literally, I remember crying myself to sleep at night. I was so unhappy with my life. And I just remember one night 6 years ago, just crying myself to sleep and feeling like I was dying on the inside.
Mm.
And um, one night, I want to say in the 3 o'clock hour, just waking up in the middle of the night and hearing something waking me up and hearing, I call it the jingle,
Right.
but it came to me in song,
Mm.
download. I think
Right.
we call it a download. I
Yes.
didn't know at the time what it was,
Absolutely. We're all
but
receivers. Yes.
yeah. So I didn't have, and let me say, I didn't have any clue. I grew up in the Baptist church and, my whole life and all that. So I had no idea what was going on. So woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I was like getting this, like, I call it the jingle because it was like a 3 line little jingle. I'm not going to sing for you on
Oh,
camera,
okay.
but
Okay. That's fine.
out of the blue, and it was singing to me like what I need to be eating. And these about fruits and vegetables and things I need to eat, things to get healthy. And it happened. And I was like, whatever. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that's about. Went to
Mm.
sleep the next night, second night, woke me up again. Same tune, same words. I said,
Mm.
okay. The third night in a row it happened. And I said, okay, I got on my phone and recorded it. And I still have the recordings today of waking up in the middle of the night with my phone recording. I said, let me just record this because whatever this is won't leave me alone.
Right.
And it was singing about the things I needed to buy and eat, or not the things like to eat to get healthy.
Right.
And so that weekend, I went to the grocery store up and down the produce section and started and bought all these fruits and vegetables and nuts and juices to just, and I just started doing a cleanse and
Mm.
eating healthy. And long story short, a, a 2-year journey began of losing 110 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And
Congratulations.
yeah, and I just got healthy. And that was the start of my spiritual awakening. And from then on, I just kept getting downloads of music and poetry and all kinds of things. And I've never played a musical instrument of any kind, but I can hear a song and just go play it on a keyboard, and just
Mm.
like that, I can
Wow.
peck out the notes on the keyboard. So I don't know. So that's why I say I've got this auditory thing,
Hmm.
but I also can hear messages, but that's a whole nother thing. But
Incredible. Incredible.
but yeah, but I it's taken me on this 6-year journey of
Right.
discovering who I am and what
Mm.
my gifts are.
Yes.
And I just have followed my path, and it led me to becoming this transformational soul coach. I have
Mm.
evolved and I have transformed, and now I want to help others to find their true self and their path. So with transformational coaching, it's that personal coaching that has the aspect of spirituality in
Mm.
it, right?
Right. Right.
Because
Right.
we believe that we are spiritual beings
Mm.
having this physical experience,
Experience.
right? So
Yes.
how can I coach without that of being a part of it,
Mm.
right? So I have to coach the spiritual being as
Amazing.
well. So
Okay.
right, so I coach from that aspect, and um the belief that we have the mind, body, and spiritual connection.
Mm.
So we can't heal
Right.
one without the other. So
Yeah.
we can't disconnect them, right? So we
Mm.
have to have balance between all three.
I, I
Um,
I love that word
yeah,
balance. Yes.
yeah, having that balance, right? So I work with people to help heal those mental and spiritual blockages.
Right.
And I have a high sensitivity, energetic sensitivity, so I help and work do energy work to help them clear those energy blockages. So
Oh,
we
wow.
have that clear channel with the energy centers, and so we can connect with the inner divine with the divine,
Mm.
and so you can
Yes.
tune into your intuition,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
listen to that intuition and help people get away from so much of that emotional
Mm.
reaction. So much,
Right.
but a lot of time we deal with that. It's in the frontal cortex where that amygdala, that emotional reactions that we have to things, and
Impulsive. Yeah.
impulsive,
Impulsive.
exactly,
Egoic.
exactly. It's yeah. So we want to click into that's our sage powers,
Right.
where we that that higher brain,
Mm.
and that
Right.
intuition, so we deal with the divine in us,
Mm. I love
and
it.
stop. You got it. So that's
I
where
got it.
transformational soul, that's where real transformation comes from, right? So
Right.
yeah, it's
And
it's
and you
it's, it's deep.
and you know what? No, no, no. You're speaking exactly my language, and everything
Okay.
just feels so at home that you articulated thus far. And oftentimes, I have found, if not all the time, in my throughout my journey and in my perspective, that we have to get to a point where it's something that's very uncomfortable before
Mm,
we hit that transformational period. And
yeah.
the same thing with me. No,
Mhm.
it wasn't in regard to weight, but it was in regard to, things that are really people that are really close to me,
Mhm.
emotionally, affected me to the point where I felt like I had hit rock bottom, and then I
Mm,
had nowhere to turn but within. And then,
yeah,
just like you said, things started to come to me. And I think
yeah.
once I surrendered and allowed things to come to me and allowed myself to connect and listen to my intuition, then that's when the journey began, the beautiful journey began.
Yes.
And another
Yes.
thing I would like to say, it is so amazing to me and so beautiful that I can connect with other people that have um, similar journeys and similar experiences. Like you started out in your life, you grew up, you know, uh, traditional. Baptist and religion, just like me.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
now I'm at this point. And what I want to say is that we are very fortunate in my perspective, because there's a lot of people that don't get to this point. They're
I know.
they're stuck.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they're stuck in whatever indoctrination that they have. And I'm not, this is not to criticize. This is
Yeah,
just to
right.
make,
We're not gonna judge them,
yeah,
but
just an
we're
observation.
fortunate. We're
Yeah.
very fortunate. Yeah. And I think about that sometimes and I'm like, I'm just so grateful. I'm so
Right.
grateful
Right.
that I have expanded my level of consciousness to see beyond that,
Right.
that there's more and I'm
Right.
not limited. I don't have those limiting beliefs anymore because I was deep in it, and my closed mindedness for many years.
Absolutely.
And
And
I don't know but I always felt like there was something more.
more. Yeah.
There was something more.
See, that's what it is. And that was always in me from
Yeah.
when I was a child. I would ask certain questions and
Yes.
I was always
Yes.
told, be quiet. The Bible says, do not question. And wait a minute. We're created to be inquisitive. No, you don't
Yes.
question this. And I say, well, hey, well, other men copied this book, so how come I can't question it? The men did this. No, God did this.
Exactly.
And I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying,
I'm
I'm just
just
giving you a
saying,
little
right. You
insight on
have too
what
many
was,
questions. You're asking too many questions. Be quiet. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
what was said to me. And it's like, I want to learn. And I was asking questions not to spite anything, but to really get an understanding so it can set right within
Right.
my spirit. And something always never quite added up in
It
my
never
spirit.
sat right with me. If God is love, then what if I had been born in India?
I said that.
What if I had been born in Pakistan? Or what if I had born somewhere else and I wouldn't go to heaven? Or
I,
I wouldn't be like well, you just wouldn't go. You just wouldn't you just
Angela,
one of the unlucky ones,
Angela, you sounded just
And
like
I
me.
said,
I even went to the point where I was, and I know I was receiving this from the universe, from the divine, these questions
yeah,
that probably shake people up, but I didn't realize it at the time that
yeah.
my soul was peeking through. But I would even go back to say, okay, so you mean to tell me thousands of years ago or whatever, the indigenous me that didn't have access to this certain religion. So what
Yeah.
happened? What happened to me then? Or
Yeah.
didn't have access to this certain book? What
Right.
happened to me then?
Right. So what happens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened? And I
What
never got
happens?
a
I
clear.
never got it. Well, you just gotta hope that somebody is a missionary and comes to your
Yeah,
country
no,
and tells you
no,
about. And I just said,
wasn't good enough.
you're right. It's not a good enough answer because I
No,
just believe that that's so flawed and my God is so
right,
big. And I just don't
right.
believe that
And the
to
way
be
I
true.
grew up was, and again, I'm gonna be careful how I say this, because I also believe that whatever path everybody has their own path, and it's not for me to tell
Yes,
anybody
I
that
believe
their
that
path
everybody
is wrong.
has a path. Yeah.
Okay, so but I'm just speaking from my experience,
Yeah.
that I grew up fearing, you know, God. And I don't think that's the right way, and people still
Mhm.
pride themselves in putting that as a title, God fearing. I'm like, wait a minute. If you're supposed to be a son or a daughter of this divine, what do you have to fear? What do you have to fear?
Right.
Why? Why do you think that you're being punished everything that you do to step out of line? It's like, no, it didn't sit right with me. It's like, no, just things that we do, the way that the universe is designed is reflections and mirrors and things. It comes back to you. You're not being punished. I just learned all
Yeah.
that, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah, there's a lot it's a lot bigger than the box that we grew up in.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I was afraid. Everything I did, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
punished. Oh my gosh, I'm going
we
to go
grew up
burn in
in
this internal fire.
yeah, we grew up in fear and shame
Yes,
and all those things that we now know are, you know, are
was
not a will of
was I
the
can say this just to put it quite simply. It was disempowering. It wasn't empowering.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
disempowering.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
those are the things that I now work with people to break free of.
Yes. No, that's amazing. And what a task that you have.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I'll just say that. But at the same time, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So
Yeah.
if somebody is ready, then
Yeah.
they're going to be open. But
Yeah.
it, it,
They have to be ready.
they have to be
Absolutely.
ready because if
Absolutely. Because
they're not going to be
they're not
receptive.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had people that, I've tried to coach. They thought they were ready, but then when they got into it, they really weren't.
No.
And I said, I just said, when I understand, and let them go on, and then later,
Yes.
sometimes
I
months
can
later, they
really
come back.
understand it too, Angela,
Yeah.
because oftentimes, especially when it comes to religion, spirituality, or our core beliefs, we've attached our identities. This is just my perspective to them
Yeah.
so deeply that anything that
Yeah.
shakes that up, uh, we become emotional about it. You know,
Yeah. Right.
fearful, or we just not ready to accept it. That
Yeah. Right.
you
But
mean, yeah,
yeah, but for me, I was just in search of truth.
right,
So whatever that looked like, whatever that was, I just want the truth. God, I want the truth. And so when you're in search of truth, it doesn't matter, what that looks like.
right. Yeah, and if I may add to that, truth and what really resonates with your soul. You know when
Yes.
something resonates and feels
Yes,
at peace within
absolutely.
you, and
Hello.
yeah,
Right. But you have to be in tune enough,
right, right.
with
You
your
gotta,
inner, your gut.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, because you can fake yourself out and think that you're in tune, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, you're not in tune.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
fooling yourself to think that, and I was under that impression, under that spell before, plenty for the majority
Abs
of my life.
Yeah, yeah, and we wanna be pleasing to others, and what, the norm is for our families and for our
Right.
society and all those things, but when you no longer care about those things,
Oh, there you go. There you go. Non-attached.
not
Uh,
right.
I ain't attached to that anymore. And yeah,
I
that's a
am free. I am
I am
free from all
free.
of that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's amazing. So if
Yeah.
you will give us a bit of insight on, you said your business, your company, Heal the Soul, Raise the Vibration. Elaborate on that a little bit. How did that come about, and tell us what that
Uh,
entails a little bit.
well, I just believe that, first you have to heal that self discovery, and self-healing has to come first, right? Once
Right.
we can work on being compassionate to others.
Mm,
And when you heal, my vibration is off the charts, okay? I used to be depressed.
right.
I used to be, actually very bitter, a very bitter person. You
Mhm.
wouldn't believe that, but I used to be, ooh, very bitter.
Right.
And judgmental.
Mhm.
And when I worked on myself and let go of all that baggage and all the resentment I was holding towards family and the past and all those things, now
Yes.
I can
That
live
sounds
in love.
familiar. I'm sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting you, but that
yeah,
just sounds familiar. That's in my family lineage as well. A lot of
exactly.
resentment, a lot of finger
A
pointing,
lot of
a
finger
lot of
pointing.
resentment, a lot of people that don't talk to each other. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, Angela.
Yeah,
You
but you
just
gotta, once you do that inner work and realize that it's those reactions you have in the people really are a mirror. What do I need to work on? And
right.
I start working on myself, and now I always say 200 and above. That's the
Mm,
vibrational level that I try to stay at, 200 and above, which is courage. But 500 is where I try to live when I wake up, from 500, and in love, living in love and joy. And so I did, but I can only be there because I've done all this work on myself, right? So
absolutely.
I raise my vibration, and
Mm,
everyone I
right.
see from the time when I leave my home, and I go out and in these streets, and I interact with people, I try to spread that love to others
Right.
wherever
Right.
I am,
Right.
and be kind. But I
Mm,
couldn't do that till I worked on myself and started
self.
loving myself.
Right.
Really, I had to have compassion for myself.
Right. Because you can't pour
And
from an empty cup.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. I
You got to
can't.
fill your
I,
cup up first.
exactly, and I have that abundance, and I give from abundance.
Mm,
So
beautiful.
when others, so then once you can raise you heal the soul, heal your soul, and then you raise your vibration. And if I help others heal their souls, they raise their vibration, and then it pass it on. So I heal to help others heal.
Right.
They heal, then they help others heal. So
Right.
heal to help others heal. That's
I
that's
like
that's my
that.
goal. Heal
Yes.
to be heal and help others heal, so
Others
they can
heal.
go on to
Yes.
help others heal. That's the goal.
Right.
Raise the
Because if
vibration.
I might elaborate, yes, you can't heal anyone else until you heal yourself, and then even just through your example of you being healed is going to help other people. Just yeah,
Mm.
your healed self is going to affect. You know,
Yes, it's
yes,
like a ripple effect, you
right,
know? Yeah,
right. Just like when
yeah.
you're unhealed, you're going to
Oh, yes.
infect, not affect,
Infects.
infect everything around you. Yes,
Absolutely, absolutely. So I feel like when I come into the room, I want you to feel my effect. You
right,
know, I want you to feel that ripple effect when I come in the room. I want to raise the vibration in the room,
right.
right? Exactly.
That's
So
amazing.
heal the soul and raise the vibration.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
you particularly uh focus on women 40 and above.
Yeah, because I feel like at 40, that's when it's a real pivotal time in a woman's life.
Yes, yes.
You know, that's when they start to question what they want to do. Like something's not right.
Right,
They
right,
want more. Who am I? They start questioning that. Like, who
right.
am I? What am I doing? And they really, that's when most women start to have an awakening,
Mm,
and maybe become ready for a change.
right.
You know, sometimes. So that's the age that I really start to deal with more women.
No, that's amazing because if I can elaborate, and I'm not a doctor, but I'll just go from my perspective and from my journey. Around that time, that's when women are ready, and I think add another 10 years to that, and that's when men are ready.
Mm.
And I'm speaking from my experience because women
Yeah,
mature
yeah.
faster than men, and that's just what it is.
This is
I'm
what
not
it
saying
is, right?
every
Yeah,
somebody
right
could
now, and there are exceptions to
somebody
that,
there's
but yeah,
exceptions. Somebody can come to me, well,
exactly. Yeah,
no, this is I understand,
right,
but
right,
as a
right, right.
whole,
We're generalizing.
yeah,
Yeah,
as a whole, women mature are usually ready for more
right.
serious context at earlier ages, and men take a longer time to develop. And
Yeah.
yeah, even for my within myself, I started to didn't really start. I still, I can say this, I still had a lot of immature attributes. Now everybody has certain levels of immaturity, but
Yeah.
I had a lot of immature attributes at age 40. Now I'm 52, but when I started to get close to my 50s, I started to just see things different, a
Yeah.
vantage point. So yes,
Yeah.
and I'm thankful. I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed. I'm thankful that
Good.
I am here, and if I can help someone, another man find his way earlier, with the non-judgmental, but just to give him some golden nuggets of wisdom to
Yeah.
find it earlier, then that's amazing,
That's
because
wonderful.
I didn't have anyone earlier to show me, and at the same time, with all due respect, I wasn't seeking it. I didn't even know.
Right. Okay.
Because I think whatever you seek, that's what you find.
Okay.
I didn't even
Right.
know the questions to ask.
Exactly. We didn't even know what we didn't know.
Didn't know what I
So
didn't know. I didn't know that I was the cause of my own pain.
right.
I thought everybody
Right.
else was.
If we're blaming other people. If my
Yes.
mama didn't do this, then I
Yep.
wouldn't be like
Because
that.
of the
Right.
way my mama raised me and these
Yep.
people, that's why I'm like this and that, and you did this to me, and that's why
Yep.
I'm like this. No, wait a minute. That's victim mode right there.
Exactly.
And no matter
Exactly.
what happened to us, it's still up to
Up to
us
us.
to salvage some type of life out of whatever circumstances we have. And it's
Absolutely.
up to us to be responsible for ourselves. No one else, people can help contribute to breaking you, but they can't fix you. Only you can.
Absolutely. You know what? You are so right, because when I told you that I was so depressed and I was crying myself to sleep, I
Right,
told my husband at the time, I told him, I said, I feel like I'm dying on the inside.
right.
And he just looked at me like, what? You dying on the inside? What do you and I said to myself, I said, you know what? Nobody's gonna help me out of this. Nobody's
Nope.
gonna dig me out of this.
No.
I gotta do this. I gotta do this myself. I gotta do the hard work myself. And that's
Absolutely.
when I was like, I need help. God, I remember crying out to God, I need
Hmm.
help.
Hmm.
And that's when before I knew it, I was receiving these,
Right.
messages and
Because
whatnot.
whatever you ask for, that's what you're going to get. It might
Yeah,
not come in the way that you
yeah,
maybe thought it was going to come, but you're going to get it.
right,
You know,
right.
whatever you reach it for, you're going to get it. It's going to be in different ways. And,
Yeah.
life, it's just, we have to look at it that it's a beautiful dance and it's contrast. So there's ups and downs and everything. The way I look at life now, even though things can get hard, I
Mhm.
look at life now like everything is for my benefit. So it's
Absolutely.
to teach me something, even though it might be hard. Like, what lesson can I learn out of this mess?
Exactly.
You know, but there's something in it.
There's something in it.
Excuse
Everything
me.
is as it should be. And
Right,
there's always a reason for everything or something you can learn from it.
right.
So it will be
Absolutely.
all right.
Absolutely. Amazing, Angela. So, uh, how can people, how can women in general, how can they find you? Can you share with us audibly some links, website that people can find you?
So you can find me. Actually, I'm on Instagram, but also my website
Okay.
is the best way to reach me. And or my email is attached to my website too.
Okay.
So
And what is your
yeah.
website? Can you share?
It is healingvibescoaching.com.
Healingvibescoaching.com. Amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So before we conclude, is there anything else that we left, any stone we left unturned? Is there anything else you would like to say or any words of encouragement? Just anything.
The final thought I want to say to people is follow your yeses.
Mm, okay.
Follow your yeses.
Right.
Follow your yeses to find your joy.
Mm,
And don't force no's to be yeses.
mm,
A lot of times when we want to say no to something to make other people happy,
yes.
they're really we force them to be yeses when they're really no's. But if you follow your yeses, what your gut, your heart, whatever your instincts tell you are yeses, you will find your joy. So remember to always follow your yeses.
I resonate with that. And
Yes.
I just have to say this too, that oftentimes when we want to say no, we
Mhm.
allow people to uh, put us in a position where we're even explaining ourselves, and we don't have to do that.
You
It
don't
can
have
just
to
be
do that.
simply, yeah,
No is a complete sentence.
yes, that's it. No. Well, why? No.
No. No.
Well, it's because, and then the thing is, what I what I found out that the more that you give people, and I'm not saying to be rude, but
Mhm.
why would anyone take it as being rude just because you say no? People
No.
should respect your boundaries. If someone
Respect your
tells me no, I
boundaries.
don't look at
Yes.
it as rude. I look at it as that's what they want to do. You only look at it as rude because you want them to do
Do what
what
you want them
the
to
way
do.
you want them to, because no is
Exactly.
not rude.
Follow your yeses. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you for
I teach my nieces and nephews that if something makes you do the happy dance, that's your yes.
that's your yes.
That's your yes.
Yeah,
Don't
but
do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you really want to say no to. Say
or
no.
or
It's
that you're
okay.
uncertain.
That
If
you're
you're
uncertain. Stay
yeah,
true to
don't do it.
yourself
I
and you'll
love it.
find your joy.
I love it.
So
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much, Angela. I
Thank you
appreciate you.
so much for having me. This has
Yes,
been
yes,
great.
yes. I enjoyed
Thank you.
thoroughly. I enjoyed this listening to you and engaging with you. Very
Yes.
much. Thank you. This is
All right.
food for the soul, food for the emotions,
Yes.
food for the mind, food for the spirit. Yes. Amazing. Thank you very much.
Awesome. All right. Enjoy
And
the rest of your
yes, let me finish this real quick. Don't
Okay.
you try to
Okay.
disappear and go anywhere yet.
Okay.
We're almost finished. Uh,
Okay.
thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Wherever you're listening and or watching this on, please leave comments, hit the like button, uh, subscribe, and share this. Get this amazing dialogue out there. Help the platform grow and just help elevate the planet. I appreciate you. Until next time, love and appreciation, enlightened, empowered, evolved. See you soon.